Hi, I hope you're well, safe, and healthy. There's a story I remember of a Slonim Chassid, which is a Chassid of the Hasidic group called Slonim. So he once visited Lubavitch, the actual shtetl Lubavitch. Then the Rebbe Rashab, the fifth Chabad Rebbe, was Rebbe. Our Rebbe is the seventh Rebbe. Then it was the Rebbe Rashab, the fifth Rebbe. So it was quite a few years ago. So the Rebbe Rashab asked him to repeat a Torah insight from his Rebbe. And this Chassid felt uncomfortable. Who was he? He's going to tell the Rebbe Rashab something. He was a little hesitant, but the Rebbe Rashab was insisting. That's the way I remember hearing the story. The Rebbe Rashab was insisting, and so he told him. So he told him an insight of the Slonim Rebbe, which happens to be the second chapter of our Parsha Va'era. So you have over here that God Almighty tells Moshe Rabbeinu, tells Moses, I have appeared to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the commentary of Rashi says a strange thing. He brings down the word from the Torah of Va'era, and I appeared. And he writes two words, El Ha'ovis, which means to the patriarchs. The question is, what does Rashi teach us here? Every child knows that Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, which the Torah says, that God Almighty says, I appeared to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Everybody knows that's the Ovis. Those are the patriarchs. What does Rashi come to teach us? These are the patriarchs. The whole first book of Genesis, not the whole, but the good part of it, is talking about the patriarchs. We all know that. So what does Rashi come to tell us here? So he explained that there's a deeper insight here. There's a deeper hint. And that is as follows. Ovis usually means the fathers, the patriarchs. But it also means, in several places in the Jewish sources, in the Tanakh, it also comes from the word ava, which means willing, wanting, jelania. Which means like this. So this is what the Slonim Rebbe said. That God Almighty tells us a very special message. That I will appear to those that are willing for me to appear to them. The Rebbe Rashab loved this word, loved this saying, this insight. Let's talk about this a little bit. In my opinion, it does not, the Slonim Rebbe did not mean that if I want God Almighty to appear himself to me, he was going to appear himself to me like he appeared to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, the other prophets. That's not what he meant. What he meant was, if you want me to have a relationship with you, God Almighty tells us, if you want me to live in your heart, if you want me to live in your consciousness, in your life, you have to be willing for that to happen. And we have to do things about it. First, as I mentioned many times, this class goes to many Jews, many hundreds of Jews that are from all different backgrounds and levels of observance and Torah knowledge and study. So at whatever level you're at, we have to strengthen. Number one, we have to strengthen our observance of mitzvahs. Even if we observe all the mitzvahs, we can do them better, we can do them deeper, more sincere. If we don't do all of them, we should take steps forward, whether it's a step forward in the keeping of Shabbos, kosher, tefillin, mikvah, charity, etc., etc. As I explained in class 11 in my other YouTube channel called Kabbalah and Chassidus Explained, class 11, it's titled, How Can I Connect to the Infinite God? On YouTube. So you look it up there. I discussed this at length, how the truth is the only way a limited human being could connect with the infinite God Almighty is only through a mitzvah, through a commandment. And take a look at that class, listen to that class for more information. Daily Torah study, very important. Prayer, daily prayer. Now, usually, a Jew is supposed to pray 3 times a day. Even at whatever level we're at, prayer is not just saying the words. It's your heart's got to be there. Your mind's got to be there. Even if you pray in your own words, that's also very, very special. But what's important is before prayer during prayer to think about the awesomeness, the greatness of God Almighty. Beginning through thinking about the great world and cosmos, the awesome cosmos that He created and creates. Our very life and existence comes from Him constantly. Just the thought of that. I'm not even talking about our livelihoods and things we have. I'm talking about our very life, and that also. I'm talking about our very life and existence comes constantly from Him. So just to think about that for a few moments develops a love, develops a relationship, develops a closeness between us and God Almighty. So if we are willing for that relationship, willing to work on it, then Hashem says, yes, I will appear to you, meaning I will feel comfortable in your heart and your life. Right? Although God Almighty is everywhere, but He feels at home where He feels comfortable. I'm going to conclude with a beautiful few words from Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs, chapter 5, verse 2, which says, Kol doidi defek pischili acheser ayose yenosi tamosi. Kol doidi defek, the voice of my beloved is knocking. God Almighty is knocking on the doors of our heart, and He says, Pischili, open up the door of your heart for me, even a little bit. As our sages say, Pischili kichude shel machat, v'ani eftach lachem ki pische shel ulam. Open your heart for me, even a drop, like the point of a needle, the tiniest point, and I will open up for you like the opening of the ulam, which was the entrance hall which led to the inner sanctuary of the Beis HaMikdash, of the Holy Temple of Jerusalem, which was very, very large. Basically, the point is God Almighty is telling us, open up your heart for me even a little bit, and I will open up much more. I will open it for you much more. So that's the very important message for today. And obviously it has to be done with joy, with happiness, because the greatest joy is when you are able to live with God Almighty, feel God Almighty. That's the greatest joy a human being could have. So that's the message. Va'eda ela ovis, I will appear, I will have a relationship with those that are willing for me to have a relationship with them and do something about it, or do more than something about it. Thank you for listening. Have a good Shabbos and all the best.